Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Episode number 66. 2/3 of the way, technically, I guess, halfway through this episode. We'll be about 2/3 of the way towards our first 100 episodes, the first century. That'll be pretty mad, won't it? So yeah, welcome on this Friday. Hope you're all doing well. Weekend League starts today. Best of luck to all of you out there if you are going to play some games today. Do me a huge favor, keep the support flowing on this series by smashing a thumbs up button for me. If you want to see my rewards, but maybe you missed yesterday's episode, they're in the top corner. And of course, if this is the first video of mine that you've seen, hit the subscribe button. Click the little notification bell. You'll never miss an upload ever again. Okay, so say hello. Say hello to Virgil Van Dijk. So this is a team that I put together, which we won't get into too much because I sort of hinted at it yesterday. I didn't really want to tell you who it was going to be that we were going to get, but it's not going to be the very final team that I keep. That's why I don't want to like talk too much about it at the beginning. But yes, I went out and bought a Virgil Van Dijk for like 265,000 coins, something like that. Seemed pretty cheap, not going to lie. And considering we have Joe Gomez, I figured be a good duo, right? I've used Van Dijk on the PlayStation. I really liked him. So for those of you out there that are like, yeah, he doesn't work as well as Joe Gomez, you should just get Varane and Mendy. I know that's probably the case, but I actually really liked him when I used him. So I figured we'd get him over here on this account. So I did marquee matchups. We're also going to do Hug the Line, which is another little SBC. Basically, there was a couple of SBCs that I was just sat on, hadn't done yet, and I tried to do them for as cheap as possible. It's going to give us some, like, fairly nice packs to start the episode off with. And again, yesterday we did open a few more than I would normally open, actually, in terms of packs, because we did some sort of objective for a premium gold players pack and a couple others as well. So we're currently sat on 125k and Van Dijk and 4 cool packs to open. So I'm going to start with, I think I go for the rare gold packs first. One of which is tradable, which is the first one. The second one is untradable. And then we've also got a couple of other tradable packs, I'm pretty sure. So nothing from this tradable one right here. It's just an 82 Maignan is how I'm going to pronounce that name. Maignan. No, I don't know. Anyway, we discard the contracts, and I checked the Germany kit. Doesn't actually sell for anything, so we'll discard it, but we do have one in our club already, of course. Next up, the second rare gold pack. Now, this is from the second SBC that we did, and we can go ahead and see if we can get a walkout. Oh, no, unfortunately not. And no boards either. It's just going to be a Libertadores player, which means there could still be boards inside. Is there, though? No, unfortunately, it was just basically the highest rated player that we got, 79 overall. So we discard that, and I think the Ajax kit does sell for a little bit, so I listed it up. I think it actually sold as well. I think we got a little bit more than, well, 250. I mean, I'll take it, right? Yeah, and every little helps, as Tesco's say. So we go for the rare mixed players pack next. Can we get anything good from this one? No walkout. No boards again. This is a little bit frustrating considering we've just, well, actually, when you think about it, we hardly put anything in for these packs. These were very good and worthwhile to do, and if any of them are still out, I do recommend that you have a little go at it. You get a couple of Atlanta players there, which is good because they can sell as duplicates, because that is one of the requirements for the UCL marquee matchups. And we do get boards out of our final pack. We're going to get Argentine left back from Ajax, which is, of course, going to be Tagliafico. 84 overall rating. 84s are currently up in price at the moment because of the Icon SBC. It seems to be 84s like the cutoff. So 84s and above, they're up a bit in price. And then 83s are still really, really cheap. Which is what Sergio Roberto is. So yeah, he's still really, really cheap. Annoyingly so. But yeah, guys, say hello to the team, because it's not going to be like that for ages. I've got an issue with this right-hand side, man. I just don't know if Ansu Fati and Iñaki Williams are going to cut it at now, whether or not they're better as like super subs, which was like my main issue when I built this team. So in order to fund a slightly better team, or get a few players that I'd be happy with, I need to do some selling. So we head on into the club, to the tradable section of the club. Don't worry, we've still got loads of fodder that's untradeable, but anything that was like 84 and up in price, and also like the Chesney that I packed and stuff, went up on the market because the prices are worth selling right now if you're not going to use them directly for Icon SBCs. And let's face it, if I end up doing an Icon SBC, yeah, I might buy a few of those back, but at this point in time, I can't quite afford it. But what I can afford is to bring back Marcus Rashford MBE. It'll be the third time we've bought the Englishman, and it was good that we sold him last week because we got a lot more than what we just paid for him, right? We just bought him for the cheapest we've ever bought him, 155,000 coins, which means that he did come down in the last week. The plan was always to bring him back into the club. I just didn't think I'd be able to afford it this week after we bought Van Dijk. Just so happens that we were able to do so. And it gave me an idea of the other player that I wanted to buy. Again, it would mean that I needed to free up some coins from the club. So this time we went delving into the 83s. And then we also started discarding players that I just felt like maybe weren't worth anything right now. So yeah, I mean, maybe all players are worth a little something. But I was a little impatient. And I needed to build my club up to about 40, I think it was like 47,000 coins, so that we could pick ourselves up a Martial, who is going to be like the third attacker. Martial, Rashford, Neymar. Sounds pretty good to me in theory, right? I needed him in a centre mid, and one was there for 47.5k. Cheapest on the market in a centre mid for with a hunter on it as well, so I was fairly happy with that. And there's just confirmation of all the other stuff selling. So we are once again pretty poor, which is a little bit worrying considering we are now in pre-Black Friday. Or actually, we're in Black Friday, aren't we? So yeah, it's maybe not the wisest move for me, but I've just got a feeling that some of these players are going to go up in price. I know there's going to be a lot of lightning rounds and whatnot, but I just feel like maybe after the weekend, I feel like Rashford and Van Dijk, I just think there's a chance that they might go back up to what their prices were before, as like the huge amounts of demand for these players increases. I think. I don't know. They might drop like a rock, and probably will now that I own them. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to stick my finisher chem style on Rashford. The team chem will drop to 99 for a little bit, just until I get 10 games on Rashford. We go back up to 100 again. It doesn't bother me in the slightest, but it might bother some of you. But yeah, don't worry about it, please. Honestly, it's just not that big of a deal. So we've got 4 players off chem again. It will be Kimmich and Rashford on 7, Talisca and Neymar on 8. But for now, Rashford's on 6, just because he needs to get those 10 games out of the way. So I also complete another objective. I was a little bit shocked to see that level 13, the pack reward is a 75 plus 1 player pack. That's not good enough. Considering the next pack is some sort of prime gold or prime, yeah, small prime gold or something. I don't know where they've got the rubbish pack from here. But anyway, we open it up. Can we get anything good from this one? Oh, actually, in terms of a non-board, non-walkout, it's not bad. We get a little Richarlison, which I actually think it's not too bad, is it? Like, he's probably not super usable now. But you never know a time when you might need a little Brazilian striker or something. So he's not tradable, but he's all right. A couple other things sell, and I think eventually Goretzka and Wan-Bissaka don't sell, so I end up sticking them back in the club. I'm a little bit attached to those players, I'm not going to lie. And then this happens. I make some stadium adjustments, and I actually change it from this even further as well. Basically, I've gone with the light blue and white, and then the Maradona stuff, just as like a way to honor one of the greats one of the greatest to ever do it. You know, one of the greatest players to ever grace the football pitch. Obviously passed away a few days ago. So figured, hey, we might as well we'll just make the stadium look cool and stuff. Just to be nice, I don't know. But anyway, we go on into some rivals now, which is what the rest of the episode is going to be, because it was Thursday. So I thought, if there's going to be any chance of me getting a rank 1, then we need to go into rivals. And I don't know, like... I don't really know what's happened to rivals over the last week, or I don't know, the last few days. It seems as though ever since I went over the 2,000 skill rating threshold, even though I think we're just back underneath it now, just slightly, I am getting matched up against some of the most skilled players on this game. I just suddenly, for all this time, I felt like, hey, we're not having a bad year here. We're actually above average at FIFA, and we were holding our own. Every now and again you get smashed, but every now and again I'd smash someone 5-0 as well. And just the last few days on Rivals have really felt to me that something has changed. I am just, I just can't compete. And I don't know whether that's because I'm changing my team and I've now got players that I didn't have before and I'm not used to them and maybe I need to get used to them, or whether or not I need to move away from this 4-1-2-1-2 and go back to like a 4-4-2 or something. Sorry, bit of a hiccup coming. But yeah, something's up because I am getting absolutely demolished. So I lose that game like 3-0. We go on into the next one, and I mean, it's just a super team again. Neymar, inform Rashford, Cristiano Ronaldo, Icon Okocha, Renato Sanchez inform. One of those teams where you just know the opponent's going to be good. And I get Elasticode and all sorts right off the get-go. Give a penalty away with Van Dijk really early on, which is obviously not ideal, and I'm 1-0 down. And then 18 minutes on the clock here, Ronaldo gets past my defender. He ends up knocking it across. Kocha gets that crazy volley. It goes into the back of the net, and I'm 2-0 down. And I'm just like flabbergasted at this point, and I'm also in a very, very bad mood because it wasn't going well for me. You can see the goals that I'm conceding. It's like I don't know how to play FIFA. And I just don't know how the opponents have gone up that much. How could they have improved that much in a week? Or for me to stay at the same level? And maybe I got a little bit worse. I don't know. But it just seems like so mismatched. Anyway, second half comes around. I make some drastic changes. I bring on Atal, Ousmane Dembele and Sabitzer. And instantly, Sabitzer gets an assist for an Ousmane Dembele goal. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just playing with the wrong players. Maybe Talisca shouldn't be at centre mid. Maybe I need a little bit more chemistry on some of my players. Maybe Martial just isn't the one for me. I don't know. I give another penalty away with Virgil Van Dijk. And it starts to make me wonder, like, have I done something wrong there, buying him? Why am I giving penalties away with Virgil Van Dijk? Whereas before, Klosterman was doing, like, work for me. Anyway, Kimmich knocks it in to Sabitzer. Sabitzer gets another assist. Neymar gets his goal. The thing with having Martial and Rashford and Neymar is that the one that makes the most sense to go cam is Neymar, whereas I love him as a striker. So maybe that's another area where I'm going wrong. You know, just to play Martial, I'm putting him up front because he's not really a cam. And then I'm playing Neymar at cam when I really should be playing him at striker. So maybe I need to change that around. Maybe Martial's just not the one and we need to get somebody different. Maybe I need to look down another path. But yeah, I get done 6-3 in this game. And I think he was fairly nice to me to let me have 3 goals, if I'm honest. So yeah, absolutely annihilated once again. So from the 2 games we've played, we've averaged like way less points. We're like 230 points down on what we would have been if we'd have just played 2 games of the weekend league and got 800 overall rivals points. So at the moment, my average finish is going to be less than 12,000, which is going to be a rank 3 or a rank 4 in Division 1. So I need to step my game up somewhere, but it's just, I'm not enjoying it. And I wish I was back in Division 4. I might even have to put myself there at some point. I don't know. It seems like we're going there naturally at the moment. Because in the next game, I come up against Mbappe and all sorts. And I'm 1-0 down at half-time to another opponent who's had like over 60% possession. I just can't keep the ball against these guys. I just give it away. Their press is ridiculous. And I lose the ball and then I can't do anything with it. And then I play 5 minutes trying to catch up and get the ball back off them. However, I do get an equaliser early doors in the second half in this game. And then, well, I mean, as you can see, Lasty does a Lasty and gives yet another penalty away. This time Joe Gomez being the culprit, taking down a red Mane. His fellow teammate, of course. Mbappe steps up. And the one time I've stayed down, I haven't stayed down the middle is when they went down the middle this episode. Every other time I've stayed there and they've always gone a direction. So again, that was kind of like my luck today. But Rashford ends up getting kind of lucky, knocking it out to Ousmane Dembele. Florenzi gets into the box. And I do get an equaliser. This time I brought on Florenzi instead of Sabitzer. Just thought, give it a go, see what's changing. And I give, I think, the 3rd penalty of the episode from Van Dijk away. Fourth penalty in total. And yeah, he ends up making it 3-2. And then literally right just before the end, Promes gets into the box and just scores past my goalie. Easy. Super easy. 4-2 down. Yeah, Yeah, battered again, I think, when you look at the possession. 65% possession against me. What have I got to do to keep the ball? And he had a very high skill rating. He was 2100. You know, that's a fair old whack away from where we currently are. But yeah, I mean, we're at 900 skill points. Or 900 rank points, whatever you want to call it. When we would have been at 1200 if that was 3 champs games. So we're currently behind. Is this a mistake? Have I made mistakes here? I know I've lost, but like think theoretically, am I doing an all right thing in having these players? Or should I not use Rashford and Martial? Should I just get someone else in? Should we sell them, keep the coins, and then put in like Ansu Fati and then Ousmane Dembele? Although that's another player off chemistry, isn't it? Might be. I don't know what we're gonna do, man. This is the troubles of trying to fit lots of different players in the squad. Does Alphonso Davies and Kimmich need to come out because it makes it a lot easier if we just get some Prem players in there? Does Anderson Talisca need to come out? I could do with your help down below in the comment section. And then whilst you've written that, or after you've written that, scroll up a tiny bit, hit me with the thumbs up button. 5,000 likes is your target. Please keep smashing that awesome support. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, I thank you for that. And the links to my social media, Twitter and Instagram can be found down below. That's going to be it for Friday's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I will get cracking on Saturdays now so that you got some content for tomorrow. And I will catch you then. Peace.